Hello everyone, my name is Zsuzsa. Welcome in this hopefully beautiful practice when I would like to concentrate and work a little bit more with the legs, strengthening, stretching and creating more space in the pelvis area. So basically, chakra-wise, we will work with the first chakra, help us to get a little bit more grounded, more rooted. I don't know how you are, but I tend to be really in my head all the time and always thinking and planning or thinking what happened in the past and just forget this moment, this very beautiful moment. Forget to be grateful for what we have. Maybe in this very moment you're going through a little bit rough patch in your life. Well, I would like to support the asana practice with a hand gesture is with the mudra. It looks like this. You see, we created a triangle with the first two fingers. It's called Trimurti Mudra. Basically, it's a representation of three gods: Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva, creator, preserver, and destroyer. If you are not into gods and stories like this, don't worry too much. Think about your breath. Breathing in, you create something. The oxygen traveling into your body, maybe you're holding the breath for a second, you preserving. And as you exhale, you destroy. You've been born, living your life, and we will die. Eating something, digesting, and going to the toilet. So the whole life is this triad going through in every moment, in every story in our life. So whatever is going on in your life in this very moment, and we use this mudra, or when we go through the postures and when we are breathing, remind yourself that will change. This is just one phase. This is not something to make your life a hell. It's something to learn about it, from it. It's something which will make you more evolved. It will help you the real person who you really are. Enjoy the practice. Thank you for turning up. So let's start the practice in child position. Open your knees a little bit wider, big toes touch, and bring your hands into Trimurti Mudra. Place your hands on the floor and your forehead is resting on the floor in this triangle. Okay? Have a nice deep inhale through your nose and exhale out through your mouth. Relaxing your whole body, and again 3 more times, breathing in through your nose. Exhale out everything that bothers you in this moment, making your life hard, challenging in this very moment. Breathing in again. Exhale out. Imagine you whispering all of your problems, all of your issues to the earth. Mother Earth is there to support you. One more time, breathing in. And exhaling out. And stay there for a couple of moments. This little pressure on your forehead helps you to be a little bit more peace, a little bit more present. You imagine breathing in through this point. Breathing in from the earth. Your palms resting on the earth, your legs resting on the earth. You're touching the body of the earth. Imagine this is a palm underneath you, not your mat, not the floor. And just breathing in, you are held, you are safe. And there is always someone to listen your stories, your problems. The earth is always there to support you. Like the palm of your mom, like the body of the mom, like the ear of the mom. Remind yourself whatever is present in your life in this very moment, it will pass, it will change. In this very moment, you are in child pose on your mat. You have this breath. You're creating, you're preserving, destroying. Soften everything. Shoulders, back, legs. And with the next inhale, walk your hands towards the front edge of the mat and slowly come into all four position. As you're breathing in, start to looking forward, lift the tailbone, lift the chest, arch your spine. As you exhale, round your spine, sit on your heels, come back into child pose. Let's do it 3 more times. Breathing in, breathe in whatever you need from the universe. Exhaling out, exhale out everything doesn't serve you anymore. Breathing in, create space for the fresh, for the new. And exhaling out. And last time, inhale, breathing in. And exhaling out. And with the next inhale, come back to all four position, arch your spine, and downward facing dog. Tuck your toes under, keep your knees slightly bit bent, spread the fingers nice and wide, push yourself backwards, and start to walk with your feet, one leg straight, other leg bent. Feel free to swing your hip to the right, to the left. Feel free to play with the pose. Find the pose when you feel a little stretch in the side, in your armpit. Wherever you feel the stretch, you created a little tension. You're holding something there. Breathe there, breathing into this area and exhale out from there. Like you're decluttering your room, like you're decluttering your bag. Declutter your body, declutter your life. Create space for the fresh, for the new, for the nurturing. Just walk, just move, and whatever you do, don't forget. You are not doing with a purpose for the future that I will be beautiful, I will be flexible, I will be strong. You do it to enjoy it right now. Stay there for the breath. Just move, just walk. And with the next inhale, lift your right leg up towards the sky. Bend your right knee, lift your right hip. Inhale, right leg straight, level your hips. Feel the difference between the two poles. As you exhale, bend your knee, lift the hip. Let's do it 2 more times. Inhale, concentrate on the area you feel something. As you exhale, bend your knee, lift the hip. Beautiful. One more time. Inhale. You creating, you preserving, you destroying. Stay there for a moment. Breathing in. And as you exhale, bring your right knee next to the chest like you want to kiss your knee. Inhale, right leg lift, bend your knee, lift the hip. As you exhale, try to touch your right knee with your right elbow. If you want to extend your right leg to the side, you are more than welcome. Inhale, lift your right leg up. As you exhale, opposite leg, opposite time again, stay there or extend your right leg. Inhale, lift. As you exhale, low lunge, step your right foot between your hands, left knee on the floor. Walk your left knee a little bit back. Inhale, lift your arms up. Hook your thumbs, open the fingers. Inhale, lift the pubic bone towards the belly button, zip up. Right hip slightly bit back, left hip a little bit forward. And reaching up towards the sky and slightly bit back. Stay there, breathe there. Feel free to move a little bit. Find the pose when you feel something. Stay there for 3 breaths. You don't want to just go through the practice, you want to feel a sense. How is your body in this very moment? Exhaling out from the areas you feel something you feel is a little bit restricted. One more breath. Exhaling out. Breathing. And as you exhale, downward facing dog, both hands on the floor, step back. Breathing in. And come into plank. Lower the whole body down flat on the floor. 10 fingertips on the floor, forehead down. Inhale, roll the shoulders back, lift the chest. As you exhale, lower the chest, forehead down. 3 more times, work with the breath. Inhale. Shoulders moving back. Exhaling down. Breathe in, create space, create something new, fresh. Holding. Exhaling down. Find a pose when you feel something. Last time. Inhale, lift. Now stay as you are. Version 2, lift your fingers. Version 3, lift your legs. Version 4, arms reaching forward. Find your position, 3 breaths there. Reaching forward, reaching back. Breathing in, lift your legs a little bit higher. 2 more breaths there. Enjoy. Yes, it's a bit challenging. Life is the same. Last breath. As you exhale, back to child pose. Exhaling out. Inhale, downward facing dog. Other side, lift your left leg. Feel your hips level, left leg straight. What is the sensation in the right leg? Stay there. Lift the inner arch of your right foot a little bit. As you exhale, bend your knee, lift the hip. Inhale. Level your hips, left leg straight. As you exhale, bend your knee, lift the hip. 2 more times. Breathing in. Create. Exhale. Destroy. Inhale. Feel. Sense. Exhale out whatever doesn't serve you anymore. Breathe in here. As you exhale, knee next to your forehead. Try to kiss your knee round your spine. Inhale, lift. As you exhale, left knee, left elbow together. Extend your left leg if you wish, not necessary. Inhale, lift. As you exhale, opposite leg, opposite arm. Inhale, lift. Get ready for low lunge. Step your left foot between your hands, right knee on the floor. Move your right knee a little bit back. Look up to your knee and lift your arms up. Hook your thumbs. Zip up. Left hip back, right hip forward. And reach up and back. I feel my right groin. I don't know what you feel, how you feel. Breathe there. Lengthening this area. Cleansing this area. Inhale, create space. 1 more breath. Enjoy. Back to downward facing dog. Both hands on the floor. Step back to down dog. Breathe in here. As you exhale, come into plank position. And you have options. Stay in plank, stay in down dog, or have your first vinyasa, which means bend your elbows a little bit. Inhale, lift the chest. Stay in upward facing dog. If it's too much, come into low cobra or cobra. Tuck your toes under if you are in up dog. And swing your hip to the right, to the left. If it's too much, stay in low cobra or cobra. Lift the chin. Move, feel, sense, create space. And back to downward facing dog. From down dog, walk your feet towards your hands, teeny tiny steps, lengthening the back of the leg, keeping your feet hip distance apart, hands on your shins, on the floor, or grab the big toes with the first 2 fingers, lift the chest. Roll the shoulders back and as you exhale, folding forward. Stay there for 5 breaths. Breathe into the back of the leg. Exhaling out, create space. Facial muscles, soft breathing in. Exhaling out. Exhale out whatever doesn't serve you anymore. Breathing in, breathe into the back of the leg. Exhaling out through your spine. You have 2 more breaths there. Breathing in. Relax the facial muscle. Exhaling out. Last breath. And in the next inhale, fingertips on the floor. Separate your feet a little bit wider than hip width apart. Turn your toes slightly bit out. Bend your knees. Press the tip of your elbows against your knees. Garland pose, Malasana. If it's not your cup of tea, feel free to place something underneath your heels. Have a little support. Press your elbows against your knees, knees against your elbows. Breathe into your feet, into the legs, into the pelvis. The whole pelvis area getting a little bit more free, a little bit more open. Nothing to hold, nothing to hide. Breathing. Exhaling out. Find the softness, create space. 2 more breaths here. Relax your shoulders, relax the facial muscles. Relax your pelvis. I mean the muscles in your pelvis. And as you exhale, fingertips on the floor, walk your feet hip-width apart and slowly soften your knees, come up into standing pose. Walk to the front edge of the mat. Lift the inner arches of your feet. Zip up your invisible trouser, lift the pubic bone towards the belly button. Energize your muscles in your inner thighs. Relax your shoulders. Front of the neck relax, the back of the neck slightly bit longer. Breathing in through your roots. Imagine you growing roots through your feet down towards the center of the earth. You're breathing in through your roots, through your legs, through the spine, crown of the head. Exhaling out. No more tension, no more holding, no more issues. Just this present moment. And the earth supports you. Breathing in, create space, new opportunities. Hope. Exhaling out. Inhale, huge circle with your arms, lift your hands up. As you exhale, hands next to your heart. 2 more times. Breathing in whatever you need in your life in this very moment. Breathing. Allow to gather from the universe. Always everything is there for us. Everything is around us. We sometimes just close for it. 1 more time, breathing. Open up. As you exhale, hands in prayer position next to your forehead. Press your thumbs against your forehead. Stay there, breathe there. I am present. I am present in this very moment, in my practice, on my mat, in my life. Lower your hands next to your lips, press your thumbs against your lips. I speak my truth from my heart. I speak my truth from my heart. And bring your hands next to the chest, next to the heart. Press your thumbs against your chest. Just breathe in. I am open. I am open for new opportunities, for loving myself, to sharing this love with others. I am open to live the life I meant to live. Slowly release your arms. Open your hands. With the next inhale, hook your thumbs. Lift your arms up towards the sky. Zipping up your invisible trousers. Breathing in. And as you exhale, try to reach the sky with the wall behind you, with your arms, with your hands, with your fingertips. Stay there for 3 breaths. Breathing in through your roots, legs, spine. Exhaling out, find the softness. Relax the throat, relax the face. Breathing in. Exhaling out. 1 more breath there. Breathing. Soften your knees, interlace the fingers behind you, folding forward. Inhale, both legs straight, arms reaching up. As you exhale, bend your right knee and try to reach your right knee with your right shoulder, turning the chest towards the left. Breathe into the back of the left leg. Shift your right hip a little bit back, left hip forward. Feel free to move your hip a little bit, the pelvis a little bit. Find the position when you feel something and stay there for 2 more breaths. Breathing in. The back of the body is the past. If you feel there is awful lot of tension in the back of the leg, breathe there and exhale out. cleansing up. Destroy the bad memories. One more breath. Inhale, both legs straight. Bend your left knee. Right leg straight. Turn the chest towards the right. No expectations. Doesn't matter how deep, how you are in the pose in this very moment, is perfectly fine. Breathing. Just enjoy what you have. Enjoy the journey. Enjoy the ride. No goal. No expectation. Everything is perfect. Everything is good. One more breath there. Nice. And as you exhale, soften both knees. Hands on the floor. We are walking back to down dog. And from this very moment, breathe in here. If you want, you have options. Stay in down dog. Or as you exhale, come into plank position. Stay there. Or if you want vinyasa, slight bend in your elbows. Lift the chest. Upward facing dog. Cobra, low cobra. As you exhale, back to downward facing dog. Nice. In downward facing dog, lift your right leg up. Bend your knee, lift the hip, breathe in. As you exhale, knee next to the chest. Kiss your knee, round your spine. Inhale, lift your right leg up. As you exhale, right knee, right elbow together. If you want to extend your right leg, feel free. Breathing in. Opposite leg, opposite arm as you exhale. Breathing in. As you exhale, high lunge. Step your right foot between your hands. And with the next inhale, lift your arms up towards the sky. Breathing. Zip up. Right hip back, left hip forward. Cactus arms. Soften your elbows. Roll the shoulders back. Left knee slightly bit bent as you're zipping up. Breathe in here. I feel a lot of sensation in the left groin. I don't know how you feel, how you are. Inhale, arms reaching up. As you exhale, slight roll the shoulders back, slight bend in your elbows, lifting the chest. Keep zipping up. One more time. Inhale, arms reaching up. As you exhale, slight bend in your elbows, lift the chest. Inhale, arms reaching up. Continue working like this. Or version 2. As you bending your elbows, lower the left knee towards the floor without touching the floor. Inhale. As you exhale, bend. Breathing in. Exhaling out. 2 more times. If it's too much, just rest. As you exhale, bend. Last time. Breathing in. And cherry on the kick. Stay in the pose for 3 breaths. Left knee almost on the floor, but just almost. 2 more breaths there. Lift the chest. What is in your mind if you feel is challenging? Last time. Inhale. Both legs straight, both arms reaching up. Twist. Bend your front knee, palms together next to your heart. Press the left elbow, just the tip of your left elbow against your right knee and twist. Stay in this pose. Left knee on the floor if it's too much. If that's available, the other version, left fingertips on the floor, right arm reaching up. Or forward. Stay there, breathe there. If your body happy, you can bind your hands, you can bind your arms. Just breathe. This twist is like you, after washing the clothes, you're squeezing up the water from the clothes. Exhale out everything doesn't serve you anymore. Feel free to looking slightly bit backwards. I really like it. My neck is very happy in this pose. One more breath. And as you exhale, both hands on the floor. Step back to downward facing dog. If you want to practice vinyasa, you are more than welcome. If you want to stay in down dog, plank, or maybe child pose if you need a little rest. Back to downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your left leg up. Bend your knee, lift the hip. Breathe in. As you exhale, knee next to the chest. Inhale, lift your left leg up. Bend your knee, lift the hip. As you exhale, left elbow, left knee together. Left knee bent or left leg straight. Inhale. As you exhale, opposite leg, opposite arm. Inhale. Get ready for high lunge. Step your left foot between your hands. Inhale, arms reaching up. Find the pose. Level your hips. And slight bend in your elbows. Lift the chest. Inhale, arms reaching up. Bend your elbows. Lift the chest. Breathing in. And exhaling out. If your body happy, continue work like this. Or version 2, as you're lifting the chest, lower the right knee. Don't touch the floor with your knee. I mean, try not to touch. Breathe in. As you exhale, bend. Breathing in. As you exhale, bend. Beautiful. Inhale. Get ready to stay in the pose if you want. 3 breaths there. Watch your thoughts. Yes, it's not easy. But don't forget, it will change. 2 more breaths there. Breathe in. What you feel, where you feel. Last time. Beautiful. Inhale, long flex, long arms. Twist. Bend your front knee. Press the right elbow against your left knee. And stay. Right knee on the floor if it's too much. Find your gazing point. Stay there. Or if you want to change the position, feel free. Try to practice the same version you've been practicing on the other side. Enjoy. Breathe into the area where you feel you need a little space. One more breath. Look down, hands on the floor, downward facing dog. Stay a breath in down. As you exhale, you are in plank and lower the whole body down flat on the floor. Back to Shalabhasana. Lift the chest, lift your legs, lift your hands, stay there. Arms alongside of your body. Version 2. Version 3, arms reaching forward. 3 breaths. Palms facing towards each other. Squeeze a little ball between your hands. Lift everything higher. As you exhale, lower down, child pose. Trimurti Mudra. Create fingers, the triangle with the fingers. Rest your forehead on the floor. Exhaling out through your mouth. Breathing in. Exhaling out. Watch how your body feels. This little seed started the practice, slowly changing, slowly breaking the skin. The new breath, the new future, new hopes, slowly, slowly getting into this world, getting into reality. Just breathe. Allow yourself to be super soft, heavy. Relax the facial muscles. Stay there for one more breath. And with the next inhale, we are moving back into downward facing dog. Walk your hands towards the front edge of the mat and come back to downward facing dog. Move a little bit in down dog, walk a little bit in down dog. Watch how your body changed, new sensations, maybe a little bit easier to stay in this pose. And with the next inhale, with teeny tiny steps, walk your feet towards your hands, or other option, soften your knees, look forward, and as you're breathing in, step or jump between your hands. Lift the chest. As you exhale, folding forward. Stay there. Feet hip-width apart. Again, hands on your shins, on the floor. Grab the big toes or keep your hands underneath your feet. Inhale, lift the chest. And as you exhale, folding forward. Breathing in, breathe into the back of the leg. Exhaling out through the spine. Breathing in. Two more breaths in. Create, preserve, destroy. What was your intention? What do you want to see in a different light? In the next breath, release your hands, soften your knees, hands on your hips, come up to standing. Move to the front edge of the mat if you are not there, keeping your feet hip width apart. Tadasana. Inhale, lift your arms up, huge circle. As you exhale, hands next to your heart in prayer position. Say thank you for this breath you have right now. Say thank you that you have this body which allows you to go through this practice. Say thank you for the beauty of this present moment. Say thank you for the experience because it means you are alive. This is part of your life that will pass, just this breath passing right now. Open your eyes, hook your thumbs, zip up your invisible trouser, and as you inhale, lift your arms up. Again, stay there for 4 breaths at least, reaching up as you're breathing in, and as you exhale, reach back towards the wall with your hands. 3 breaths there. Breathing in, lengthen. Open the front of your body. Breathing in. Don't worry about go deeper and further, just feel, just sense. If you don't feel, of course you go further. Breathing in. Soften your knees, forward. Interlace the fingers behind you as you exhale. Breathe in. As you exhale, downward facing dog. Soften your knees, hands on the floor. Stay in down dog, stay in plank, or come into plank and have your vinyasa. Breathing in. Back to downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg up. Bend your knee, lift the hip. Get ready for warrior 2. As you exhale, knee next to the chest, and step your right foot between your hands. Big circle with your left hand. Look towards the fingertips. Try to reach the wall which is behind you with your front knee. Open hip. Breathe in. Breathe in here. As you exhale, side angle, press the tip of your right elbow against your right knee and reach, lengthen the left side. Breathe in, warrior 2. As you exhale, reverse your warrior, no weight on the left hand. Breathe in. As you exhale, side angle, enjoy that you create a little extra space. Breathing in. As you exhale, reverse. One more time, breathing in. Exhale, side angle. Breathing in. As you exhale, reverse, and now stay there for 3 breaths. If you're not sure you're keeping weight on the hand, place your hand on the lower back. Breathing, don't cheat. Enjoy. 2 more breaths there. Breathing, warrior 2. As you exhale, side angle. If you want to go a little bit further, feel free to bind your hands, but don't worry about too much. Stay as you are. 2 breaths. Breathing, warrior 2. Inhale. Both legs straight. Walk the left foot a little bit closer. Get ready for triangle. Right palm facing towards the sky. Zip up. Reach forward. Reach. Lift your left arm up. Stay there. Or bring your arms parallel to each other. Wherever you are, stay there for 3 breaths. Keep zipping up. Breathe in through the feet, through the legs. Exhale out through the spine, through the fingers. One more breath. Warrior 2, breathe in. Next inhale, interlace the fingers behind you, both legs straight, parallel your feet. Inhale, lift the chest. As you exhale, falling forward. Breathe in here. As you exhale, bend your left knee, right leg straight. Lower the bum towards the floor. Inhale, both legs straight. As you exhale, other side. Breathe in. Try to keep the upper body parallel to the floor. Reach the floor with the belly button instead of with the chest. Breathing in. Exhale out through the back of the leg. Exhale out from the inner thigh area. Inhale. Exhaling out. Breathing in. Exhaling out. Feel free to ignore me. Work in your own pace if your breath has a different pace. One more time on each side. Breathe in. Exhaling out. Inhale, both legs straight, hands on the floor. And now separate your feet as wide as it is available. Press the outer edge of the feet into the floor, inner edge slightly bit lifted, so make sure you're not sliding. And stay there. Hands on the floor. If you want, forearms on the floor. Breathe into the area where you feel something is going on in your body. Allow yourself to feel, to sense. 2 breaths here. Exhale out. Perfect. Slowly walk your feet together or towards each other, coming out of the pose. Beautiful. Now keep your feet hip width apart. Keep something underneath your hands if your hands are not on the floor. Grab the right big toe with the first 2 fingers. Left hand on the floor. If you want a little extra challenge, grab the left big toe with the first 2 fingers. Okay, I keep my hands on the floor right now. And as you inhale, lift your right leg to the side. Flex your right foot. 5 breaths there. Flex your right foot. Try to reach the wall with your right heel. Breathe in through the left leg. Exhale out. 2 more breaths. Enjoy. Beautiful. Both feet on the floor. Other side. Stay there for a moment. Nice. And grab the left big toe with the first 2 fingers. And same. Breathing. Exhaling out. Two more breaths. I'm shaking. I don't know how you feel. As you exhale, release. Beautiful. Walk your hands towards the back edge of the mat. Step back to downward facing dog. Stay in down dog, plank. If you need a little rest, come into child pose. Or as you exhale, have your vinyasa. Make your decision. Exhaling out. Same on the other side. Lift your left leg up. Bend your knee, lift the hip. Breathe in. Get ready for warrior 2. Step your left foot between your hands. Big circle with your right arm. Warrior 2. Find the pose. Ground yourself. Feel your feet. Feel your legs. Breathe. As you exhale, side angle. Left and right side. Exhale out whatever doesn't serve you anymore. Breathing in. Exhaling out. Reverse your warrior. Breathing in. As you exhale, side angle. Breathing. Reverse. Last time. Watch how the right side of the body feels. Press the outer edge of the right foot into the floor. Reach the wall with the fingertips. Breathe in. As you exhale, reverse. 3 breaths in. Feel sense. Inhale, create. As you exhale, destroy. Inhale, warrior 2. As you exhale, side angle, 3 breaths in. Exhale out. Allow the restriction to get destroyed with every exhale. Inhale, create space. Last breath. Inhale, warrior 2. Both legs straight. Walk your right foot a little bit closer. Get ready for triangle zip up. Left palm facing towards the sky. Reach forward as you exhale. Lift your right arm up. Stay there or arms parallel to each other. His version of triangle is not the official version, but it helps definitely to start to connect with the right side of the body. 2 breaths there. Inhale, warrior 2. As you exhale, both legs straight. Parallel your feet. Now, interlace the fingers front of you. Turn your palms towards me. Breathe in as you exhale. Bend your right knee. Now, left leg straight. Left toes pointing towards the sky. And I mirror you, so I'm bending more my left leg, but you're bending your right leg. Breathe in. Shift the body weight from one leg to the other way. Right toes pointing towards the sky. Breathing in. Keep the buttocks nice and low. If it's too much, keep your hands on the floor. Breathe in. Exhaling out. Beautiful. 3 more times. Breathe in. If you don't like this version, practice the previous version. Breathe in. Great. Destroy. Last time. Everything will pass, even this asana. Inhale. Both legs straight, hands on the floor. Turn your toes a little bit in. Walk your hands so far from yourself, from the mat, that your heels lifted. Press your palms into the floor and lower the heels down. Keep the palms flat or 10 fingertips on the floor and try to reach the floor with your chest. Imagine someone pulling your pelvis backwards. Slowly walk your hands back and bring your feet together. Walk your feet towards each other. And with the next breath, walk your hands towards the front edge of the mat. Step back to downward facing dog. Stay in down dog, plank or child pose, or as you exhale, have your vinyasa. And with the next inhale, lift your right leg up, bend your knee, lift the hip. As you exhale, step your right foot outside of your right hand. Now you have options. Keep your hands on the floor, keep your forearms on the floor, come into lizard position, maybe your left knee on the floor. If your body happy, let's practice an arm balance, Kundanasana. Right hand underneath your right leg. Slowly walk your right foot closer to the left hand. Lift your right foot, breathe in and stay in Kundanasana for 3 breaths. If you've been practicing Kundanasana, slowly come into lizard. You have your options. If you want, you can keep underneath your forearm something. Keep looking forward. Someone pulling your left heel back. Squeeze the right knee to the right shoulder. Breathing in through your left heel, left leg, spine, crown of the head. As you exhale, watch how the pelvis area, your inner thigh, your groin, the psoas, how this area feels. Breathing in, create space. Creation. Maintain the pose, maintain the breath. Exhaling out, destroying. Stay there for the breath. Left knee on the floor. Walk your hands a little bit closer to you. Move your left knee slightly bit back. Press the right palm against your inner thigh and push your knee away from you as you're turning the chest toward the sky. Stay there. If it's your pose, stay there. If you want, this is just option. Bend your left knee, grab the outer edge of the left foot and really gently pull your heel closer to the bum. Turn the chest towards the front. Right knee moving away from you. Breathe. Create space. Breathing. Exhaling out. Soften, 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 soften. One more breath. Slowly release. Hands on the floor. As you're walking your hands closer to you, extend your right leg. Flex your right foot. Breathing. Again. Hips are leveled. Someone pulling your right hip back, left hip forward. Imagine this. Breathing in. Lift the chest and try to reach the right big toe with the chest. We don't want to kiss your right knee, our right knee. We want to reach the right big toe with the chest. Breathing in. Feel free to move, explore, sense. Breathing in, creating. Exhaling out, destroying. This posture, this breath was born right now. And dying right now. But this death doesn't mean anything because the next breath is coming. One more breath there. Inhale, slowly release. Get ready for warrior 3. Bend your front knee. Tuck your right toes under. You are in lunge. Arms parallel to the body. Breathe in, looking forward. And as you're breathing in next time, just fly. Feel free to bring your arms parallel to the floor in front of you. Squeeze the little ball between your hands. Level your hips. 2 more breaths. Right fingertips on the floor. Lift your left arm up towards the ceiling. Lift your left hip. Half more. If that's available, bend your left knee, grab the outer edge of the left foot. Press your foot against your hand. Breathe. Maintain the pose. Visualize whatever you're breathing in is spreading in your body, in your mind, in your heart. Changing not just the physical body, but the energetic body, your thoughts, your feelings. Inhale, release. Standing split, both hands on the floor. Level your hips first, breathing. And as you exhale, walk your hands closer to you, lift your left leg up. Breathe in, 3 breaths, find your pose. Reach the sky with the left toes. Breathe into the back of the right leg. Enjoy what you have last time. As you exhale, soften both knees, left knee next to the chest. And lower the left knee outside of the right foot. Both sit bones on the floor. What a relief. Both sit bones on the floor. If one sit bone, the right sit bone is lifted, please straighten, extend the left leg front of you, okay? Both sit bones on the floor, lift the left arm up. Press the elbow against your knee, breathing through your feet, through the sit bone spine. As you exhale, turn the belly button towards the right. Breathing in, lengthen the spine. As you exhale, turn the belly button at the rib cage. Chest. Breathing. Turn the belly button, rib cage, chest, looking back. If your body happy here, stay here. Or if you want, bind your hands. Don't worry too much about the bind, is just secondary. If you don't feel too much in the previous position, then bind. Look back or look towards the other side. Find the pose which is yours. Always find your truth. The world around us always have some idea how we should live our life. What is your truth? What is your reality? Stay there for a breath. As you exhale, slowly release. Double pigeon or double pigeon preparation, variation. Left shin parallel to the short edge of the mat. If you want to practice double pigeon, right ankle on the top of your left knee. Both feet flexed, shins parallel to each other. If it's too much, please place the right foot on the floor, front of the knee. Okay? Your shins cross each other and the meeting point is the middle of your shin. Breathe in, lift the chest. Both sit bones rooted. As you exhale, imagine someone pulling your chest forward. Sit bones still on the floor. Lift the chest, breathe in. As you exhale, someone pulling your chest forward. Again, find the posture which is yours. Try not to round your spine, but again, if you feel it's your posture, feel free. Inhale, creating space. Exhale, using this space. Walk your hands away from you. Soften the facial muscles, soften the jaw, soften the shoulders. Soften the whole pelvis area. Breathing in there. We have awful lot of tension in this area. Now imagine this is your attic. You're cleaning it with every inhale. Switching the light in the corners which are dark and full of rubbish. And as you exhale, just take this rubbish out. Don't worry about anyone, about anything, about the rules. Create your own rules. Create your own life. Stay there for 3 more breaths. Last inhale in the position, exhaling out fully and completely. And with the next inhale, walk your hands close to you. And slowly come into cosmic egg position. Bring your knees close to the chest, forehead resting on your knees. Next inhale, slowly release the pose, come back into downward facing dog. And with the next inhale, lift your left leg up. Same on the other side. Bend your knee, lift the hip. As you exhale, step your left foot outside of your left hand. Again, if you want, stay in this position. If you want to practice Kundanasana, then walk your left foot up underneath your left leg. Walk the left foot slightly bit closer to the right hand. Lift the left foot. 3 breaths. Get ready for lizard. Hands, forearms on the floor. Again, someone pulling your right heel back, chest forward. Bring your left knee close to the left shoulder, looking forward. If you're looking back, imagine you are a lizard. You want to have breakfast. If the lizard looking backwards, no breakfast. Look forward. Heel back, gaze forward. Find the softness. Remind yourself your breath is there as a reminder. I'm breathing in, I'm creating. The oxygen traveling into your body, spreading into my whole body. Preserving, exhaling, destroying. 2 more breaths. Breathe in. Right knee on the floor, Walk your hands closer to you. Move your right knee slightly bit back. Make sure the kneecap is not on the floor. Press the left palm against your left inner thigh. And turn the chest towards the left. Stay there. Enjoy. Stay. If it's okay for you, bend your right knee. Don't do it because I'm doing. Do it because your body happy to do. And really slightly invite your here closer and closer to the buttocks. Left shoulder forward. Left knee away from your body. Find whatever is your truth. Whatever is your reality. Don't worry about anyone. Don't worry about anything. One more breath. Both hands on the floor. Left leg straight. Left foot flexed. Fingertips on the floor. Use bricks or blocks underneath. Left hip back, right hip forward. Lift the chest, spine long. As you exhale, someone pulling your left hip back, chest forward. Inhale, lift the chest, lengthen the spine. Find the pose which is yours when you feel something. Exhaling out. Breathing in. Breathe in the back of the left leg. Do you feel something? Do you feel nothing? What is your reality? What is your truth in this very moment? Maybe yesterday that posture was completely different. Don't expect tomorrow if you're stepping on your mat you will feel the same as you're feeling now. One more breath. Get ready for warrior 3. Bend your front knee. Lift your right knee. Zip up. Arms parallel to the body. Breathe in. Fly in the pose. Stay there. Or arms parallel to each other in front of you. Breathe in. You're still squeezing the little ball. Someone pulling your wrist forward. Your ankle back. Breathing in. One more breath. Get ready for half moon. Left fingertips on the floor. Slowly lift the right hip, lift the right arm. Breathing in. Stay there or bend your right knee. Grab the outer edge of the right foot. Press your foot against the hand. 3 breaths wherever you are. Find your gazing point. Maintain. Stay. Preserve. One more breath. Right leg straight. Both hands on the floor. Level your hips. Breathe in. Walk your hands closer to you as you exhale. Lift your right leg a little bit higher. Breathe in. 2 breaths down. Last breath. Get ready for twist. Soften both knees. Place your right knee on the floor outside of the left foot. Again, find the pose when both sit bones on the floor. And as you exhale, press your right elbow against your knee and stay there. Looking back. Or looking forward, whichever is yours. Inhale. Breathing through the seat bones, spine, crown of the head. Exhale, looking backwards. Breathing. Again, if your body happy, you can bind your hand. Don't worry, it's not necessary, it's just optional. Breathe. Find the pose when you feel. Squeeze out, exhale out, doesn't serve you anymore. Last breath. And again, as you exhale, release the posture. Double pigeon or double pigeon preparation. Right shin parallel to the floor, the front edge of the mat. Shins parallel to each other. Left ankle on the top of your right knee or left ankle front of your right knee. Flex your feet, breathe in. Stay as you are, or as you exhale, imagine someone pulling the chest forward. Seat bones grounded, rooted. Breathing through the feet, legs, seat bones. Exhaling out, someone pulling the chest forward, not down, forward. The spine is still long. No expectations. Just enjoy the ride, enjoy the journey. This very moment. Wherever your body, say thank you for your body doing the practice. Say thank you for yourself showing up on your mat and doing the practice. Say thank you for the past. Say thank you for the future is coming. This is my life right now, with this feeling, with this sensation. And this is amazing, this is beautiful, this is perfect. I'm not getting better. I wasn't worse. I'm not broken. I am who I am. I am what I am. I am perfect as I am. 2 more breaths. Slowly release. Come back to this cosmic egg position. Hug your knees. Rest your forehead on your knees. Just breathe, just exhale. And with the next inhale, slowly lift your head, lift your face. If you want, stay there for a couple of moments. If you want, have your last vinyasa. Come into downward facing dog. And as you exhale, if you've done the vinyasa, lift your right leg up. As you exhale, step your right foot between your hands and thread your left leg underneath your body. Right knee on the floor. Flex your left foot. If you've been in the egg position, in this case, extend your left leg, flex your left foot, Zsuzsa. As you exhale, turn the belly button towards a straight leg and folding forward. Again, inhale, spine is long, back of the left leg nice and long, breathing there. And as you exhale, try to reach the left big toe with the chest. Not kissing the knee is not the aim. Try to maintain the length in the spine, breathing in through your left heel, back of the left leg, spine, crown of the head. And as you exhale, just allow your body to melt into the pose. Just destroying these little bits and pieces where you feel no space. Destroying the resistance. Breathing in, imagine you create space. Exhaling out. It's perfectly fine if you deep in the pose. It's perfectly fine if you are not super deep in the pose. This is your life right now, not good, not bad. Don't stick to the stories you learn from other people. Don't stick to the stories you learn from the name of love from other people. What is your story? What is your truth? What is your reality? One more breath in. And with the next inhale, walk your hands closer to you and now open the straight leg slightly bit wider. Left hand on the floor, inside of the left leg, lift your right arm up, breathe in. Maybe stay there, maybe slide your hand towards the left foot. Maybe stay there. Maybe grab the toes, the foot with the opposite hand. Breathe in here. Again, find the pose when you feel something. Maybe you feel in version 1, version 2, doesn't matter. Don't try to follow me if your body is not happy to follow me. Find your own practice. Find your own breath. Find your own reality. Stay there for a breath. Find the softness. And with the next inhale, slowly release. Extend both legs in front of you. Rest your hands on your thighs. Stay there for a moment or two. Neutralize your body. Feel, sense. Come back to the breath. Now bend your left knee. And left knee on the floor. Inhale, lift the chest. And as you exhale, folding forward. Inhale, lengthen the spine. And as you exhale, folding forward. Breathing in. And exhaling out. Inhale, lifting the chest, lengthen the spine. Right hip back, left hip forward. Just breathe. Forget your expectations, where the body should be, how you should feel. Just pay attention how you feel right now. Keep your mind open. Keep your mind present. Stay there for a breath. And with the next inhale, walk your hands closer to you. And again, open your right leg nice and wide. Breathe in here. And again, right hand on the floor. As you exhale, slide your right hand towards the ankle. Feel free to stay in this pose. If it's too much, left hand on your lower back. That's perfectly fine. If that's available, slide your hand towards the ankle. Stay there. Grab the foot with the left hand. Stay there. Find the pose which is yours. Again, don't stick to the picture, don't stick to the story. How do you feel right now? You're going through a little bit difficult phase in your life. This is just a story. It will pass. Some days you wake up, the weather is crap, and you think, oh my God, my life is just a failure. Plus the weather makes my life even more desperate. Other day, the weather is crap, you wake up and you don't care because your mind is somewhere else, because you are content. These are just stories. What is your story? What do you create? Stay there. And with the next inhale, slowly release. Both legs are straight in front of you. Flex your feet. Breathe in. Reach up. And as you exhale, try to reach the big toes with the chest, fingertips on the floor, breathing in. Sit bones grounded, rooted. As you exhale, lengthen your spine. Breathing in. Again, don't stick to the story, how deep you should be in the pose, just breathe. Breathing through your heels, back of the legs. Exhaling out spine, crown of the head. Soften your body in the posture. Nothing to achieve, nowhere to be. Just breathe. 2 or 3 more breaths. Just enjoy what you have right now. And with the next inhale, slowly release. If you want, lie down into Shalabhasana, or if you want, come into cross-legged position, finishing the practice. If you are in Shavasana, or even if you are in this seated position, place your hands onto your tummy into Trimurti Mudra. The belly button is in the center of your mudra. Breathing in through the belly button. Breathe in the light, the energy, the space. Creating space, and as you exhale, allow this light, this energy to spread in your whole body, in your pelvis, in your legs, in the body, in the neck, head. Soften everything. Lengthen your inhale, breathing in. Exhaling out, release whatever doesn't serve you anymore. This moment is perfect. You are living in this moment, you are perfect. Whatever is difficult now, challenging now, it will pass. At the end of this difficult situation, you will be the same person, but some layers will be already gone. Stronger, cleaner, deeply connected with the real you, finding your own voice, own shine. Celebrate this very moment, your life, with every single breath. Feel free to stay in this position as long as you wish. And whenever you feel you're ready to finish your practice, finish your practice. Namaste.